First of all, thank you everyone for joining. And here we have gathered, right, to talk about process automation along with GPT, prompt, and generative AI, right? So now, if you see into the industry, right, these are the buzzwords, right? And nowadays, companies or the organizations want to implement, right, these things, the advanced topics, basically, along with the RPA, right? So it is not just a traditional automation, and if you want to be a part of this journey, obviously we should be aware and we should have hands-on to these latest concepts and tools basically, right? These are some topics are there, right? And these are just theoretical things. We'll just talk hardly 5 to 8 minutes, and after that we will go for the live demo, right? So that you can understand the power of like generative AI prompts, NLPs along with the RP, right? And it is together called as a intelligent automation. Okay. Starting, right, I will explain this slide with everyone. It is like MVC versus the intelligent automation. Okay. So what happens? A lot of people, they want to transform their career into the software industry, or they want to change the role, right? Or they want to switch from legacy technology to the latest technology, right? And into the market, right? They will just think about some scripting language, right? Some front end, back end. That's it, right? And many people will go into the legacy approach, right? But if you follow the legacy approach, right, there you should have a like 101% thorough knowledge on the software development, or I can say the coding, right? So there you should be a full stack developer, like having a knowledge of front end, back end, integration, and everything. Then only organization will be ready to hire you. And at the same time, if you see, there are a lot of people are available into the market with such field, right? So if you see, uh, even though after getting a job, right, not sure about we can say our compensation, future opportunities, right? And it might happen after a few years, we have to again search for the advanced technologies, right? But that is not the case with our intelligent automation, basically, right? So we'll talk about what is RP and intelligent automation, right? So any process, right, which is automating, or any process which be done manually every day, repetitive in nature, right? It required a very frequent human intervention, right? Those processes we can automate very well with the help of R, right? But that was a legacy trend, right? But now, if you see a lot of AI, ML capabilities, right? The industries are using along with the R. So we can see here, right? The trend of the intelligent automation, and that is beyond R, right? So there we can say document understanding, if you want to do advanced analytics, right? If you want to do any sentiment analysis, right? If you want to process anything related to the NLP, process mining, right? Create the prompts, right? Use the generative AI to build our automations, right? So those are the like latest market trends, basically, where the industries are looking beyond that. Okay, because now RP is little bit mature, right? And the industry want to go beyond it, so they can extend the footprints of the automation, all right, uh, beyond our legacy automation. Next is the question, and that is the question everyone will have their minds, right? So that is the reason I have included like few of the questions here, right? So people are coming to us and they are saying, like, we don't have the programming knowledge, can I learn the RP and AI, right? Also, here people said, like, we are a fresher, right, and want to start my career with the latest technology in a market. Will I get a job as a RP and intelligent automation developer, right? So not only the jobs are available for developer, right? Here we can go for a different job roles, like program manager. Then we can go for testing, we can go for the BA role, support role as well, right? So not only the roles are available for this developer, right, but we are having various roles are available. And the next question is, I'm working on old technology. Is RPA will help me to upskill as per the market requirement? Definitely, right? There is no question about it, right? Because if you see, right, or I want to give my example, when I was having around like 8 years of experience, right? From that point, I have started my RPA journey, and there is a tremendous difference between what I was doing previously, what I'm doing currently, right? And not only technology point of view, right, but like we can say from compensation point of view, growth point of view, right? There is a huge difference. And last but not least, does RPA and AI offer better growth and package? Definitely. Okay. There is a no question about it. Okay. Because you can this is not my words, or don't take my words. You can go to the Google, or maybe the potential in this intelligent automation. What is the potential of using the prompts generative AI into the RPA, right? So for right candidate, there is no constraint, okay, which is related to the salary, compensation, package, and growth, right? So this is about like anyone can learn the RPA. And here we are not going to do any kind of coding basically, right? We are having the dedicated tools. We have to use those dedicated tools, and we have to build our solution, right? Now what we will do, right, as we talk, like we'll go to the use cases, right? Because rather than just talking theoretically, if you see from the practical point of view, right, you people will be get more idea. Okay. So what we will do now, we will go to the demo. So here we are going to talk about Power Automate, right? So Power Automate is one of the tool that is being used for the RPA plus intelligent automation, right? So you can see this is the web version of the Power Automate basically. Okay. So here what I want to do, I want to create basically. Okay. So let me go to the AI Hub. So you can see those AI Hub, and I want to create a prompt basically, right? uh, to extract the data from the resume, the key data basically, right? Suppose I'm having the resume, right? So we'll go here. So suppose I'm having the resume, right? Where the resume? No worries, right? Suppose I'm have a resume, right? So we can see like I'm having this resume, right? And from this resume, I want to extract, right, a few of the information, right? Suppose I want to create a summary of the resume based on the year of experience, skill set, right? And I want to extract an information, right? So suppose we are coming lot of resumes, right, daily basis, but we have to uh, like filter those resume based on the skill set and the year of experience, right? Very well we can do with the help of this prompt, right? So what is the prompt we have to create? So we are going to create a GPT prompt basically, right? So just go to the AI prompts. Okay. As soon as we go to the AI prompts, here we have create a text GPT using the prompt, right? So we'll go here and we'll just write our statement. So we'll mention create a summary of the resume, right, based on the year of experience and or maybe and skill set. Okay, skill set, right? Suppose I have created this prompt, right? Then here we have to mention as an input, right? So I will just click here and I will mention input, add input, right? And we'll create a variable. Variable is nothing but a container which will store the data. So I will mention input data, right? And I will pass that variable here. I will click on insert and I will give it here, right? And now here it is saying test it. Okay, test it. Whatever the solution we have built, right? It is saying test it, right? So that we can implement it. So this is just testing purpose. So you can see I have copied this, right? Let it copy. Okay, it is getting copied. So what I will do, I will copy this, right? And I will paste it there, right? So what it will do basically, it will create a summary of this resume based on the skill set and year of experience, right? So we can have this, okay? So we can go back and we can give it, right? So, Okay, perfect. And we can click on the test prompt. Okay. So now what it is doing, it is analyzing this resume, right? Whatever the resume we have, right? It is analyzing that resume. And after analyzing this resume, right? So can you see, right? It has created a summary, right, of that resume, like Kuma having around experience, right, with 1.5 years, including 1.1 years in RPA UI part, right, along with this skill set. Can you see it, right? And at the same time, if you want to extract, right, like we can say phone number or email address, that also very well we can do, right? So what I will do, I will go here, comma, skill sets, right? And we can say extract phone number and email ID, right? We'll mention simple. No need to do any coding, nothing. Just click on the test prompt. I clicked on the test prompt. Now what it will do, right? It has created a summary, right? And at the same time, it has extracted the phone number and email ID, right? Now, suppose we have to implement into in the real environment, right? So what we can do, we can just mention a resume prompt, a resume uh, summary, okay, resume summary prompt, right? So I can just click on the save, okay. So what will happen? This prompt, whatever the prompt we have created, right? This prompt will get saved uh, into the cloud basically, right? And what we can do, suppose we are receiving any email, right? And from that email, what we can do, we'll have the attachment, right? So let me, I think your custom prompt at the save, right? So close this. So you can say my resume prompt is ready, right? So I will go to the create, right? Then we'll mention automated flow basically, and we'll say when a new email arrives, right? So as soon as the new email arrives, right, what will happen? Okay, use this. It will go to that email, right? As soon as it went into email, it will fetch the resume. It might be one resume or multiple resume, right? And after that, okay, after that, it will extract this information and it will create the summary as well, right? So you can see all the things can be done within a few steps without coding and without having any uh, in-depth logical knowledge, right? So here we can mention include attachment, yes, right? Yes. And if you want to give any filter criteria, we can give filter criteria based on to CC, base CC, right? From subject, right? So I will give resume, right? So what it will do based on this, right? Filter criteria, it will go to that email and it will find out the resume, right? The next step, we have to use our GPT prompt, right? Whatever the prompt we have created. So use this create text with the GPT prompt, right? And now select the prompt. So what is our prompt, right? This resume summary prompt, right? And now here we have to send this for the human approval, right? Because if you are using any AI, Gen AI basically, right? It will ask you to verify with the human ones. Okay, so here I can add the approval basically. This one, start and wait for approval of the text, right? So title, approve, reject. Okay, suggested text will be output from the previous step, right? So I will mention as a text and assign to whom you want to assign. So I want to assign this person, right? So I will select this one, right? And what I will do, I will just save it. Uh, Here it is asking input, right? What is my input? So we can say uh, attachment content. Okay, attachment content. So whatever the attachment there, it will read that attachment basically, right? And after reading that attachment, it will extract the data and it will send to the GPT prompt, whatever we have created, right? So GPT prompt does not have a so we already have. That's fine. Before we'll go here, right? Add it. So we have added, right? So we don't require this one. So we can delete, right? So click on the save, right? Now we will test it, right? Test it manually, right? We are testing it, right? So what it is saying, to see how it works, send a new email, right? Normally it will do by its own, right? But here we are just testing. That is what it is saying. So what I will do here, I will go, right? I will send the email with this resume, right? And I will attach the resume here, right? So suppose, uh, right, I have shown that resume. Now I will give another resume, right? And send the email. In case you are not speaking, can you please be on mute? It will disturb others, right? So now you can see, as soon as I received my email in my inbox, right? So our process will trigger. So you can see I have just sent the email, right? What happened? It might be in a draft. Let me update. Okay, it is an outbox. Update. So it's still in outbox, right? So that is the reason this is not a trigger, right? So when it will trigger, as soon as this resume will be coming into my inbox, right? So as soon as this resume will come into the inbox, my process will start executing. Okay. And at the same time, what it will do, it will ask the uh, user also to verify, okay, to verify it and approve it, right? Because sometimes it might happen the AI can do some little mistakes, right? uh, Not only in the resume is perfectly fine, but suppose, okay, but suppose when it is working on the patient data, right? I will show you it can extract the patient data as well, right? So just imagine when it is working on the patient data and it might be the case, right? It did any kind of mistake, right? And that might be the costly mistake, basically, right? So we'll see that part as well, right? Now you can see, right? Email has gone, and now I have received the email, I think, right? And we'll go and see our flow is running or not, right? Our flow should run. Okay, so I got it. Okay, so as soon as the email is arrived, okay, my flow is okay. Okay, got it. Okay, so it is saying it is exceeding the character. No worries. So what we will do, right? Rather than email, okay. So rather than email, what we will do, right? We will provide the input directly from here. Okay, manually trigger. Input will be our file, right? And then at that time we don't require this to be in the loop, right? So maybe I will delete it. I will copy it. Copy. We can go here and we can paste it. Okay. And then we have one more thing. This also we can paste it, right? And delete, right? And we can go delete. We'll send it. Sorry. Okay. So let me rephrase this. Okay. I don't have any choice. right? So you can see, like, in this way we can create a prompt for the resume, right? Same way I can show you how can we create a prompt for the patient report as well, right? But for that, let me delete this. Okay, right? So we can say manually trigger flow. Here we can provide the input as a file, for example, right? And then we can create a, or we can use the GPT. So we can go here, right? Create a GPT prompt. What is the prompt name? We can select from here, right? Patient, sorry, this resume prompt, and then we'll send for the approval. Okay? Start and wait for the, right? Here we'll say approve or reject, right? Then we'll give the title. Like what is the title, right? Approve it, right? And then we'll mention assign, right? We'll assign to this person. Okay. And what we can do, we can test it. We'll put the input, so input or file and test. And even what we can do, we can take this summary and we can write it into our Excel file also. We can write into our database also, right? So we can do in all the aspects, right? So what we can do here, we can go right, or maybe I can take this CV, right, and click on the run flow. So what it will do, it will go ahead. Okay, I don't know why it's failed. Input. Okay, it is showing the input length is a little more. Okay, so rather than I will give this file, right? File content, maybe I will give the text input, right? So just a delay. Sorry about it, but okay. So we can go here. I will just mention the text, okay? And the text will pass it in. Okay, now we can test. So what I can do, I can go here and I can provide some of the input from here. So it will create a summary, right? So whatever it has created, like previous. So we can go, we can provide our input here, run. Okay, it work, right? After working, what it is waiting for start and wait for approval, right? So somebody has to be approved. So we can go into the approval, right? Here we have received the approval, right? Either we can approve it or we can reject it, right? And we can give our response, for example, approve, reject, right? So I have selected as a approve and confirm. And after that, you can see our flow will run successfully, right? Similar way, as I said, we can create the response for the different things also, right? Suppose we have to create a prompt to create a patient history, right? So what we can do here, we can go back to the AI hub, right? After going back to the AI hub, we can create a patient clinical history. Okay. So suppose we are having the patient reports, right? So if you go here, okay, okay, so suppose we are having patient reports, right? So you can see we are having these patient reports here, right? And we have to create a patient clinical history, right? Based on this whole file, right? Very well, we can create with the help of our prompt as well. So we can go here, AI prompt, right? Create a GPT prompt, and we can mention here, find a patient's clinical history, right? Then we can mention from, and here again we can create a variable, right? So we can go here, we can create a variable, for example, input data, right? And we can give that variable here. So go to here and we can test it, right? So suppose this is the patient report, right? So I can give that patient report here, and based on that, it will create the patient clinical history, right? So we can go here and we can mention test prompt, right? So after click on the test prompt, what it will do from this document, right? You can see, right? It has created the patient history. So you can see how clister patient history it has created by this. Okay, and this is not only for one kind of document, right? Even we are having different kind of document, right? Even from different patients, different doctors, right? It will work perfectly fine. Suppose now you can see this format is different, right? And from this format I want to create the patient history, right? Or patient report. So very well we'll be able to create this history. All right, so we can go here and we can provide this input, right? And we can click on the test prompt, right? So you can see it has created the patient clinical history, right? So this is a very powerful tool, basically from all kinds of capabilities, right? Then the next thing, suppose you want to automate something, right? And you don't know how to automate it, right? Or we can say what are the actions we have to fetch, right? So what it will do, right? It will guide you as well, like how can we perform the steps in case of automation, right? Suppose what I want to do basically, whenever the file is created or available on the SharePoint, it should trigger an email, right? So I will mention when a new file is created in the SharePoint, right? Trigger a email, trigger a email, right? And just click on the generate and click on the generate, right? So as soon as you click on the generate, what it will do, it will create, see, can you see? It will create the flow as well. So what we have to do, we have to just provide the input to the flow. For example, give me the locations, right? So we can give the location, which folder, right? We have to give as a reference, right? Then here it will ask to whom you have to send the email, what will be the subject, what will be the body. That's it. Rest of the things it will be taken care by your cloud, right? So in this way here, like we have all these GenAI capabilities, GPT capabilities as well, right? And this is from your cloud point of view, right? But if you want to do any kind of scripting, right? Or if you want to build a flow from the desktop, because both are the components of the Power Automate, okay? Desktop as well as cloud as well, right? So here also, if you go right, let me see which environment, right? So if you click on this Copilot, right, Copilot, and what I want to do, suppose I want to create a flow, basically, right? So how to do it, right? And we don't know about it, right? So what we can do, suppose you don't know how to connect the database in Power Automate, right? So how to connect database into Power Automate, right? So if you give this instruction, right, what it will do, it will generate the steps, and we can use those steps, right, to build your flow, right? So here they have given like open the SQL connection action, right? Then build the connection string, right? So here you can go and see open SQL, right? See, open SQL connection, right? And then what it is saying, build your, see, build a connection string, right? So you can see such kind of steps, right? It is generated. Also, if you want to generate any VB script, C# script, right? That also very well we can do. with the help of this tool, right? Suppose, okay, I will go back, right? Suppose I'm having this two Excel file, right? This Excel file 1 and Excel file 2, right? So what I want to do, right? Our automation should compare both the files, right? Both the files, and it should find only unique records, and it should store into the third file, right? With unique records. So this is the thing, and this is another file. So you can see this record number 2, right? That is a our duplicate record, right? So I want a unique record. I don't want a duplicate record basically, right? So what we can do, we can generate a script also direct, right? So how can we do that? That also I will show you. So you can see here, like script, okay? And we can build a VB script, right? So what I will do, I will generate a script basically. Okay, so we'll use a Gen AI power here basically, right? So we'll mention read two sheets, right, in different Excel workbook, right? Then we can mention different Excel workbooks, find unique rows and and output them to a third Excel workbook, third Excel workbook. Okay, and then we can mention save and close the Excel. Right. So what we are doing, we are mentioning here read two sheets in different Excel workbooks. Right. Find the unique rows. Basically, find the unique rows. Right. Find the unique rows and output them to a third Excel workbook, right? And after that, save and close the Excel, right? Click on the generate. As soon as we click on the generate, right, what it will do, it will generate a script, VB script, okay? And it will not generate the script, it will give you all the insights, okay? It will give all the insights basically. So let's see what all the insights it will give, right? And at the same time, we have to provide here input as well, right? So you can see the script has generated. We can just click on use this script, right? And here you can see, right, each and everything they have mentioned. Create an Excel instance and open to workbook, get the first Excel in work, right? Accordingly, it will give you all comments as well. So here we have to give the path of the two Excel, right? So this is my first Excel, copy as a path, right? I will go here, right? I have given the file path of the first file. Then we'll give the second file path. Okay. So that is a Excel 2. Or we can give this variable also. But I'm just showing you in terms of shortcut. Right. So this is file 1, file 2. And for third file, right, it is show this file. Right. So what we can do, we can go here and we can give this. Right. So output will be get stored into this particular file, right? So click on the save. I just saved it, right? So you can see I have two files, right? Where we have one duplicate record. Let me run. So you can see this is running, right? And fine. So we can go here. Let me refresh. Why it's not working? Okay. So we'll run from. So here I have given all these Excel path 1, 2, and 3 where it has to create. Okay, so you can see our third file got created as output, right? And in this output file, we can see only the unique record. Okay, we can see only the unique records basically, right? So you can see how this tool is easy, and it is not only will generate the script or it will not generate the prompt, or it will not create any summary or GPT capabilities, right? It can automate any application. It might be a desktop based application, web based application, database, API, right? All kinds of application, right? Irrespective of technology, we can build very well with the help of Power Up. And this is like one of the tool available into the market, it having all these capabilities. Yes, Gajanan, you want to say something? Okay. So,
Nothing.
any,
I was on. Sorry.
yeah, no problem. So, any questions so far, like whatever we talk?
One question, like what
Yes.
is this test power automate? I mean, what is this tool? It is part of Copilot.
So this is a tool for RPA tool basically, Sumit. Okay, robotic process automation tool, right? By using it, we can automate the processes, right? In addition to that, right, what we can do, we can leverage AI capability as. So this is the tool from the Microsoft.
Yeah, yeah. So this is power automate tool,
Yes,
but
correct.
that the other one which you were showing test one
So
where you ran.
basically, it has the two parts, Sumit. So this is a cloud one, okay? This is
Okay,
a cloud part, and this is a desktop part, okay? So both
okay, okay.
both the component having the different usage, right? So part will be used where there is no UI interaction, okay? The backend automation, right? Those we can do with the help of our Power Automate Cloud. But suppose if you want to automate any application, desktop application, web-based application, right? Those we can automate with the help of desktop application. Okay.
Okay.
And in addition to that, right? Here, not only we are having this GPT capability, right? We can create different types of AI model as well, right? Like text recognition, voice processing, identity document reader, right? Sentiment analysis, language detection, entity extraction, right? So object detection, right? So we have to build all such models as well. Some models are pre-built and some custom models are also available. So based on our requirement, right, we'll be able to create a different models by using this AI builder. Then that's fine. So maybe if you don't have any questions or doubt, right? That's perfectly fine. But if you have any questions or doubt, right, I will give my contact number here. Do not hesitate to call me. And if something related to the technical thing, and if you want to ask me, right, maybe I will be happy to answer you. Okay. So before concluding, just want to check like any question, any doubt.